It's Wednesday morning, July 28th, 2021. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Glad you made it. It's another So-So production. We're halfway through the week. It is hump day, everybody. How you all feeling? Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all safe and sound wherever you are. Kicking butt, taking names. Beautiful people at Toronto, beautiful people at Canada. The world, man. I'm talking about everybody out there in the US, down there in South America, further east in Europe, a little bit further east in the Middle East. You go a little bit southeast, it's Southeast Asia, down in Australia, New Zealand, mate. Get up there, get down there. Antarctica, all the penguins, shout out to the penguins. Whoop-de-whoop. What up, dog? Hope you're all safe and sound. Baby boy, baby girl, let's get it on. Feeling tip top, man. How you guys feeling? We're back into the grind. Everybody's back into the grind. Hustling, getting that money again. Getting that paper, getting that cheddar, get that feta. Stash up, stack up, save up, invest wisely, diversify your portfolio. You got to think outside the box. That's what we're all about, baby. Hope you're all doing well. We're taking steps. We're taking measured steps. We're thinking ahead. We're making phone calls. We're like, hey, how's the sitch in your spot right now? Oh, you just got to go. Oh, it's just up and running now. Okay, cool. Cool. Do you have time? Can I drop in for? Not yet. All right, just gauge in the room. But that's the thing. Politely asking, inquiring. You gotta inquire with, and that's what your boy's doing, baby. Inquiring all over town as soon as they're. And that's the thing. I got a plan. There's steps involved in this plan. Sometimes there are leaps. Sometimes there are falls. Sometimes you get a bruise. And your boys, I'm prone to getting bruises, and I think the AI's picking up on it because every time I'm scrolling through my YouTube feed, I'll be getting random ads here and there. Get yourself, life's not always about the rainbows and the butterflies and the peaches and the creams, they say. And so, do you need bruises and bumps to be taken care of? Take this polysprint, it's poly, dude, that's what it is. Polysporin, that's what I'm talking about. It's like, get them. I'm like, how'd you know I bumped my knee? They're like, we know. I'm like, I didn't even talk about it, dude. How'd you know? They're like, but I got you. I'm like, thanks, man. You know me better than I do. Thank you, algorithms. Thanks to the zeros and ones. Sip to you guys. It's a wonderful day to be alive. Sip. I'm seeing all sorts of, I'll see an ad for different stuff. Do you have an itch here? Do you have a scratch there? It's like, who doesn't have an itch here and a scratch there, And that's what it is. Your boy, I keep it 100 because your boy keeps, I keep getting myself. That's the thing. I'm at that age where I can, artificially or not artificially, organically, I can grow my own body hair, and that's what it is. It just takes a little bit of extra care. You got to put in the time to, groom yourself, trim this, trim that, because if you don't, all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're going back a whole year, you're looking like a woolly mammoth, whether you're skinny, whether you're fat, short, tall, old, young, you don't really necessarily need to worry about this, but at a certain age, once you go past 30, you start, you gotta, grooming's no longer just limited to the, let's just, scrape a little bit off the stash. It's not about that. It's all about like, oh, do I have like 5 hairs popping out my shoulder? Sure, I gotta trim that as my, and I'm not the type that likes to beat around the bush. I'll keep it 100 with you. Your boys that, I got them genes. I've got the, there's hair involved in these genes, and that's what it is. You gotta just take care, and sometimes you're crossing borders. You're like, man, I'm not used to, trimming this area, but I'm actually kind of used to it. No, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, because that's just, this is the life that I live. This is the life that I live. I got those. I have a little bit of that, hairy gene in me. I'm not the hairiest dude, but I do gotta, that's the thing. I like to stay fresh. I like to, smell good, look good, feel good. That's what it is, baby. Take care of the external, take care of the internal. But sometimes you end up, you cut yourself here and there and compromising positions sometimes. And you're like, man. And then next thing you know, boom, they got you with an ad. And it's like, how'd you guys know? I scratched my taint, dude, and my part of it's got to do with aesthetics. Part of it's got to do, well, I'm reading and I'm reading and I'm informing myself. I'm like, oh man, all these like, oh, the plastics in our water. It's reducing your taint size. I'm like, how big was my taint, dude? I've never even like that's the thing. I'm making phone calls, going down the family tree everywhere. I'm like, oh, how big was Dad's taint, Ma? It's like never took the measure. I'm like, what about the unks? What about the ants? How big are their taints? How big is my taint? And I'm like, when do you got to start measuring? Well, you got to start measuring when you're a baby, so you know if you're consuming enough plastics, it's reducing. There goes your testosterone levels. Not man enough. And I'm like, never really quite felt like you could put me in a box of any sorts, but it's just like, what's happening? But you got to keep it fresh, and you got to cut yourself sometimes in order to stay fresh. And we take risks around here. Not going to leave anything to chances, because if you leave it, if you go untrimmed, or if you're not going to trim the hedges every now and then, it just doesn't look good. It doesn't feel nice. You know what I'm talking about? Sometimes you be wiping and cleaning, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, it's just like, it's grabbing on, it's holding on, and you're like, I'm done here, and it's still like winking at you saying, yeah, we're gonna stay with you till the rest of the day. You know what I'm talking about, dude. I'm talking about, just maintaining a good hygiene. That's what it is. You don't need to go full bald eagle or anything. You can leave a little bit. Actually, I'm a fan of a little bit. That's what it is. I mean, if we're being 100% honest, that's what it is. I do it, but that's the thing. You got to just keep everything clean for your own sake, for everybody else's sake. You don't want to be dragging little rolled up pieces of toilet paper here and there just because you're like, no. Back in the day, this is not back in the day. This is a new normal. We're moving with the times. We got to keep it fresh. So, and that's what it is. Sometimes it's just like, it doesn't suffice if you're just cleaning, you're shaving the face. You gotta go above and beyond sometimes, or you can. And you know what? Totes to eat again. This is like, here we keep it loosey goosey, and I encourage everybody out there to go out there and try different things. But at the same time, live your truth. Live your truth. If you want to keep it, if you don't want to go the full route of the manscaping or ladyscaping, that's also cool too. But that's the thing, man. People are always out and about, just experimenting. The other day I'm walking, a couple of days ago, I'm just walking down the streets. I got my headphones on, I'm listening to my music. Sometimes I got to make a quick stop. I'm like, I'm tired of this song. I got to fast forward to the next song. So I just happen to, I'm just having one of those classic moments of, not this song, next song, not this song, next song. Which song is it? It's the next song. That's what it is. I'm there, having a full stop, just like, pressing next, next. All right, let's get it on. Pop those headphones back on. I'm about to go up. I raise my head. I look to my right. What do I notice? On my right there, there's a little shop. There's a classic waxing shop, dude. There's a waxing shop. And you're like, what's a waxing shop, dude? Waxing shop, it's regular waxing, dude. I'm not talking about no wax figures, or I'm not talking about plastic molds. I'm not talking about a vaccine store. I'm talking about specifically men's and women's grooming needs. It's the fuzz bar. It's that fuzz bar. It's that wax bar. You go in there, and they take care of you. You got a little peach fuzz here, take care of it. If you can't take it, they get in there. They get in the cracks and the crannies, and they get in the, they get in the crevices. They get in the slots, the gashes. They get everywhere, baby, up in there like swimwear. So they're just like, cleaning you up. And that's the thing. I noticed a lady was sitting on one of the, they got the first class seats. This lady's just like sitting there kicking back. She's sitting there kicking back, relaxing, and another lady's just like threading away. She's threading away at her stash. She's threading away, and this lady's just like, you know what? It's summertime. COVID is dead. Yeah, and I just want to get out there and like meet somebody. She's there, getting that full thread for the stash, doing good on you. And sometimes, different people like different stuff. Back in the day, way back in the day, we didn't like, that's the thing, shaving and all that jazz, like men's trimming, men's care, women's care. These are all like emergence of the 20th and 21st century, moving on the 20th. It's the movement of the centuries. That's what it is. We didn't have these things before, but standards change, standards of beauty and cleanliness change, because back in the day, men and women used to just be hairy all over. That's what it was. Little by little, these like, we were all these like hairy little monkeys, and little by little we start to groom, trim, walk upright, opposable thumbs, all that jazz. Next thing you know, Gillette comes around, so we're all like spanking clean right now. That's what it is. So this lady was just out there, but that's the thing, man. You live, if it's as long as it makes you feel good. If you want to leave it on, if it makes you feel good, you leave it on. That's the thing. I want you to feel good. This is all about making you feel good. This is not about anything else. If you've got a little bit of body hair here and there, you feel comfortable about it, you rock that. As a matter of fact, I'll go as far as to say your boy even likes, as long as you, that's the thing, as long as you're just like staying clean, it doesn't matter what you do. As long as you're staying clean, that's what it is. As long as you smell good, you feel good, don't be, that's the thing. You could be, because if it's just like, if you just go the opposite route and just like, don't do anything at all, like you don't even take baths, you don't shower, nothing, everything's just out there, it's hairy, scary season all year round, it's probably going to be hard for you to find somebody. That's just, I'm just looking out for you. But once you get into a solid relationship and everything's like, start growing it out, dude. Start growing everything out once you're in a solid relationship. And that's how you locked it in. You can like just, fully become the hairy little, Wolverines and mammoths that you are, the little, that's life. That's life. Life gets hairy sometimes, and that's what it is. Just sharing a little bit of life experiences with you. But this lady was, she was just, and another lady was just going at it, just threatening those little stashes. She's like, you'll be spanking new in no time. You go there and you go out there and get it. They weren't talking, but I could tell that was kind of the original vibe. But that's the beauty of life, man. That's the beauty of life. Man, oh man, there's been more news reports coming out in Toronto. If you're in the GTA, be careful of the cuties or the coyotes, dude. Be careful of them coyotes, because they just be sneaking up on you. You're like, man, I'm just like going out for my morning jog, and I'm going out for, I gotta go out there and do a couple of runs before I start the day, or I gotta, walk the kids to school, or I gotta, go, maybe you're coming back, maybe you just finished a late shift, maybe you robbed the bank, I don't know what you're into, maybe you robbed the bank, you're going home early in the morning, you're like, man, let me just play it cool, let me play it breezy. You got your little sack of cash on it, and it's got the big dollar sign on it, you're still wearing a mask, because everyone's got to wear a mask now, right? That's the thing. Where are we going to get rid of it? Who knows? Make it clear, get rid of it already, it's done and over with. But that's the thing, you'll be walking home, and the next thing you know, you're getting attacked by a coyote, dude. And a lot of times, a lot of people the reports are coming out, it's like people don't know what to do. I got you. If you don't know what to do, here are a couple of tips. If you see any large animals creeping up on you or trying to, you tell them who's at the top of this food chain. All right, don't be intimidated. You get in their face. If you see a coyote start drooling and salivating, looking at you, looking at your puppy, looking at your bag of money, because it's hard for everybody right now. That's the thing. We're all getting back in the new norm. Everybody needs a little bit of that cash. So maybe they're just like eyeing that cash money you got on your back, and they're like, let me get up in there and scare them and take away the monies. Stand your ground. Look big. If you see a coyote, I want you to, spread your legs farther than your, wider than your shoulder width, if you will. Wide, open wide. Put your arms out just like this and then start roaring. Like, rah, rah. And if he starts approaching, or if she do not back down. Do not back down. I'm telling you, stand your ground. Rah. Make all the noises. Get up there. Show him your teeth. Start growling. Start salivating. Get an angry tick in there. Get an angry tick in there. Just throw it in there. Throw it in there. You don't know me. Tell him you don't know me. Yeah, that's it. Do the 1-2 step. Do the 1-2 step. Start throwing a couple of jazz hands in there. Throw a couple of jazz hands. Just throw them off. Let them know who's boss. And the next thing you know, you're circling, and the coyote's circling. You're circling. The coyote's circling. And then I want you to go for the jugular, bro. I want you to go for the jugular. Pounce on that neck. Pounce on that hairy neck. You let them know. Give them a good nibble. Give them a good bite. You let them know what's going down. Because that's the thing. If we start, if they start approaching us, and the next thing you know, we're just like, oh no, oh no, what do I do? And then you go in your home. Next thing you know, they're going over back into the woods. They're making phone calls. They're sending out emails. They're making blogs. They're making vlogs. They're going online. They're like, look at these chumps. All I had to do was just like show up to their hood, and they run to their little houses, and they're a little scared. They're like, ooh, look at me. I'm walking on 2 feet. top of the food chain. No, you're not. That's what they're saying in their community. And I'm like, we gotta hold it down, because like, where do we draw the line? If the coyotes figure out that we're scared, dude, because they can smell fear. Are you putting off fear sense? If you're putting off fear sense, we've got the right product for you. Word from our sponsors, if we had any. But that's the thing. I'm suggesting somebody, put that, because that's what it is with animals. It's mostly just like, fragrance and scent. So they can, if you just get a big load of, that, we'll get the sponsors. You'll spray yourself down, and sure, it might not be pleasant to humans, but it might, what's it made of, you're asking? A little bit of urine, a little bit of salt and vinegar, a little bit of that, just sweat, just different people's sweat, a little bit of that, sprinkle a little bit of that adrenochrome in there. Who knows? Just mix it up, spray it on yourself, and it's not smelling all that great to you. But next thing you know, you got all the protection you need against coyotes, wolves, foxes, neighbors' dogs that are just, neighbors' dogs that are still not well trained. Get with it. Come on, man. How old is she? 7? God, put in some training. But that's the thing, they're like, we do homeschooling, and our baby doesn't do well on standardized testings. That's what they'll say. And that's fine too. But what you want to do is you want to draw a line, and you want to make sure the coyotes know where that line's drawn. If you're with your baby, and what kind of an example are you setting for your baby? If you just like get up and run, put your baby in front of because that's what they say. They say face your fears if you want to conquer your fears. And this guy's all about conquering fears, taking risks, taking measurements, gauging risks, of measuring, a lot of gauging. And that's what it is. If you want to set a good example, are you telling me you're teaching your toddler to run away and faces when he or she's facing challenges? What kind of a toddler are you going to raise? Next thing you know, they're in their 30s or 40s, and they're seeing coyotes and like, putting their tail between their legs, acting all yellow, running away. What kind of an example are you setting? You stand your ground, and you're like, man, is this going to work, or am I going to get really messed up? Well, there's only one way to find out, but I'll tell you one thing that's not working clearly, because there was just like one incident here, one incident there. I say, you look for patterns and you connect the dots. You look for patterns, connect the dots. Okay? Get with the program, baby. That's what I'm saying. Let them know they should be fearing us. It shouldn't be the other way. If they're just like, walking and they're like, you start walking weird, dude. If they're, walking and like looking a little sketchy, drop your grocery store. You tell the kids to be like, watch mama or watch papa go to work, son. Look how daddy takes care of business. And then get in there and like really scrap with this fella, scrap with this lady hyena or coyote, because we can't let a couple of hyenas or a couple of coyotes get in there and just ruin just because they see us. They're like, man, look at these chumps. A little virus comes around, all of a sudden they're running low on toilet paper and they're not taking care of themselves. And look how off balance they are. It's like they look at us, they're like, man, I used to respect you, I got no respect for you. You gotta set that fear within them, let them know who's boss. That's what I'm saying, baby. That's what I'm saying. Man, oh man, hope you guys are all safe and sound. And you're like, man, I'm loving these videos, dude. And you're like, you're loving these videos. Well, you get them every week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Where we at? We're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, we're on Patreon. So go ahead, click those like buttons on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, search Rob Sadri on YouTube so you can get the full-length videos. If you want to support your boy in any other shape or form, go to Patreon, because Patreon's like that, extra. It's for the extras. Are you the type of do you like extra? Do you like extra? That's what I thought. Everybody likes extras. So if you like extras, press those like buttons, subscribe now, go to Patreon, check it out, talk to your family members about it, and you're like, man, what a great deal. I'm like, I know, dude. That's what I'm all about, the deals. And here we're all about the guarantees, the deals, the savings, and going out there providing a service. So that's what I want to be doing, man. Getting in here, tickling your little membranes from, via the internets. Right now we're doing it via the internet. Sometimes we're doing it out in the streets. This week, we'll spice it up. We're doing it out in the streets. We're doing it in parks. We're doing it on sidewalks. We're doing it everywhere as long as, we can. We're going to keep it going. And this ball's rolling down the hill. It's accumulating speed, and it's building a momentum. And it goes through little bumps, and it just, other particles are getting attached. It's just gaining in size and momentum and speed, and it's just like, oh my god, is it gonna take over? Is it like a black hole? No, there's room for everybody. Like these videos, check out some other people's videos who are killing it, crushing it on different levels, doing it, and then just like talk about it. And like, what kind of a person are you? Because the person that likes these videos really loves grandma and grandpa. If you don't like these videos, basically you're sending out a clear cut message that if you don't like these videos, I can tell that you're racist, you're sexist, you're bigoted, and that you don't like growth, and you just don't want any rights for anybody. That's what you're saying. You're killing grandma and grandpa. That's what you're, by not liking these videos. You are, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing is what I'm telling you. It's just like save grandma, save grandpa. I love everybody, so you should love everybody too. That's what this is all about. Uplift everybody together and have a little, have a little joke, have a little laugh, and laugh at yourself, laugh at other people. And that's the thing, man. I laugh at myself all the time. And if you have any stories or any comments, feel free to leave a story or a comment. Tell me about the time that you were just, that's the thing. Do you have a trimming story that you like to, put in there? Do it, and we'll laugh about it. And then do you want to laugh a little bit about my trimming situation that I just described to you a few minutes ago? Go ahead and do it. I'm not gonna, that's what it is. We just like poke fun and live our bestest lives to the full extent that's possible at the moment. And when things open up, we're gonna go out there. And that's the thing, we're already out there. I'm performing almost, and that's the thing. I'm doing the shadow boxing right now. I'm doing that shadow boxing. Shadow boxing, baby. Classic moves. That's what it is. Because I can't really, realistically, I can't box, or I can't get into the MMAs because I'm too soft. That's just reality. I'm too soft. I'm too mushy. That's why I vicariously I'll live through different combat sports, through different peeps that I like, the ladies that are Amanda Nunez, or Conor McGregor's, or the Masvidal, or everybody just out there doing it. Just that's what it is. And then you do other things and that's the thing. I get in here and I try to that's the thing. I know my weaknesses, I know my strengths, and that's just life. Knowing your weaknesses and knowing your strengths. You got to look at yourself in the mirror every once in a while. Like, what's the strength? What's the weakness? Got to work on this. Got to lift it up. Got to just push, baby. Because you can't not push. If you don't push, then it's just gonna go in one way. You don't want things just going in one way. I say equal opportunity for everybody, and then go on merit based, because that's just the best system. If you're not going to have a meritocracy, I don't know what we're talking about here anymore. That's the thing. But let's just work on it, get it better. And as soon as, that's the thing, I got a plan, I got a program. Does it have steps? You bet your bottom dollar it's got steps. How many steps you're asking? Minimum 11 to 12 steps minimum. Okay, we might incorporate a few, we might take out a few. That's what it is. We're learning, we're adjusting. But as soon as as soon as I make those phone calls, or as soon as I check out the websites and they're like, man, we're open for you to also be in there, come write down your name, maybe if you're, get in there, do a little 2 minutes here, do a little 5 minutes there. I'm going to be in there like swimwear. You think I'm not making those phone calls? You think I've not walked by? You think I'm not inquiring about the situations that are occurring all around us in our city, in our great, great city? Ha, ha, ha. That's what I say. I'll be seeing you guys very soon, man. I'll be seeing you guys. I'm already seeing you guys. Thank you for everybody, for all the love and support, man. Everybody out there in the world. There's so many wonderful people doing so many great things. I've already made so many great connections. Globally, dude, we're making international connections, dog. We're making connections. We're like a gang. We're a gang. We're taking connections. We're making phone calls. We're writing emails. We're writing little comments to people who inspire us, who are amazing. You know who you are, doing it. You're making friends with, wonderful people out there in Ireland. I'm making friends with people down in the US, dog. I'm making friends with people in places that they don't even know that the show is on already. I'm like, I'm your friend. They're like, I don't know what this is. I'm like, trust. Put some trust on it, and that's what it is. making connections all over the world. We're a family, we're an organic family, and we're growing together, baby boy, baby girl. Hope you guys are all safe and sound. I hope you guys are having an amazing week, man. That's what it is. What else has been happening? A lot of things have been happening. What kind of other ads have I been seeing? I saw another ad because I'm on the YouTubes doing research, watching a little bit of, watching something that's just inspiring me like a little bit intellectually, watching something that's a little bit funny. So I'm like, okay, I gotta work on this myself. And in the midst of it, I'll get a little ad, I'll get a little commercial, it'll be a couple, and then there's like, what's displayed in the back. There's Walmart in the back. They're like, when it comes to produce, when it comes to the deuce, we only go for Walmart because we're guaranteed that it's going to be frickety fresh every single time. And it's just like, sure, you can always, because Walmart, but that's the thing. Ultimately, I think that's the big mom and pops kind of don't stand a chance. You don't see the young couple be like, I'm going to, that's what I want to see. I want to see more grassroots commercials, because there's a ton, like here in Toronto at least, there are a ton of fruit stands, vegetable stands, not even stands, they're standing, but they're in a firm place in a concrete location, brick and mortar stores that don't get the, that's the thing, sometimes Walmarts are all the way out there where I can just go down the street, or if I want something fresh, I'll actually go to the mom and pops, I'll go to Jim's Produce, I'll go to Uncle Betty's Produce, or I'll go to, there's so many different uncles and aunts and moms and pops, and everybody's, all these beautiful, essential people, you're out there doing it. So that's the thing, man, support each other. And it's like, no, Walmart, sure, Walmart's an option too. No, I'm not gonna, that's the thing. One of the biggest corporations in the world, wealthy family owns a whole lot of stuff, hires a ton of people, and it's like, we go there for freshness. Try a local produce shop, and then you just tell me. I want to leave a comment, be like, Rob, thank you for recommending, and these are not real stores, of course, I don't know their names, but there's a ton out there, and right back, be like, I went to this store, tried me a nice melon, beautiful melon is what you'll say, and you're like, now that I've got to come, because that's the thing, you got to have something, you got to have an us versus them fruit game going on. You can't just be tasting one fruit and be like, oh, best fruit ever. Try Uncle Betty's, or try Jimmy's fresh fruit store stand. Try it and tell me that you don't like it, or it's not. Yeah, that's the thing. You're like, well, at least with a Walmart, I'll get that it's guaranteed, it's standard. I'll get my square or cubic melons. I'm like, just try the other store as well. Because these guys have been essentially working essential works from the get-go, before the lockdowns, during the lockdowns, after, they've been producing. They're out there gathering fruits and vegetables fresh, and they look so much better than what you have in the big name stores. And big name stores are cool too. That's the thing, we uplift everybody. I'm just saying, go out there and support local businesses. That's what your boy's trying to do. That's what we're gonna do together. We're gonna get out there when the doors open up little by little, because that's the thing, we're taking it slow right now. When the doors open up, I'm gonna be the first one there to support you, and we're gonna just support you. I got your back. There's some, morale's a little bit low in the kitchen. I'll go in the kitchen for a second, spruce up the conversation in the kitchen, work with the wait staff, work with the front men for a second. How you doing is what I'll ask them. They'll be like, oh man, getting back to a new norm, and that's totes relatable. Same here. Let's work on it. And that's what it is, community building, one step at a time. Community building is very important, you guys. I do really believe in that. Seriously, we got to build better sense of community. We got to come together, but and I want everybody to do this in their localities, and I'm just staying grassroots right now, because grassroots is where it starts. That's what you got to do. Ground level. I'm starting with my city. I want you to start with your cities. Everybody's going at a different pace, but let's get together. Let's nip it in the bud. The buck stops here. Where's the buck stop? Right here with us. Put out good questions, make good comments. Don't go based on, acting on fear, because if you act on fear, next thing you know, it's just like another this, that, and the other. And I don't want to see that happen. I want us to get out there, gain our freedoms back, work together, earn money, feel good about ourselves, do things that make you feel good. Whatever you're into, I encourage you to go out there with a full sense of oomph. Get a couple of espressos in there, baby. Get a couple of espressos in there, get rattled up, get riled up, and Just go after your dreams, whether you want to. That's the thing. That's what I'm telling myself. So I'm telling you guys, whether you're in the arts as well, if you're there trying to become an entertainer, if you want to be a musician, singer, dancer, or you're like me, you have dreams of becoming, maybe you want to be comic, maybe we can do this together, everybody collaborating together, lifting each other up. And everybody else doing it that's been doing it for a long time, and different years, different levels, everything's got different levels to it. Thank you for everybody, man. Honestly, the more I look around, the more beautiful people I see doing beautiful things. Everybody go after your dreams and passions, baby boys and girls. Fund yourself, work together, have lots of fun, baby. That's what it's all about, having a ton of fun. That's what we're all about. This week, it's already halfway through the week. You're going to be getting 2 more shows for certain on Friday and Saturday, and I said I'll mix it up, so maybe we'll go out, hit a different spot in the city, maybe we'll go to the same spot in the city, who knows, but you'll be getting different stuff, and we're all about the different content here. We're all about just, working together, uplifting everybody. So thank you guys for all the love and support. If you like these videos and you like saving lives, go ahead and hit those like buttons. Follow me on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube so you can get the full length videos. Go on Patreon, dude. It's a little here, a little there. It helps. We're snowballing. This family's evolving. This gang, and as soon as that's the thing, next thing you know, I'm gonna be dropping. I'm working for you guys. I'm gonna be creating some stuff for the gang, something that we can all wear when we're walking down the streets and be like, which gang are you in? Because it's so hard these days to distinguish, who you affiliated with. You want to know which signs we're throwing up, we'll throw them up, and we can all represent together. Sending you all love and support, lots of positive vibes and energy. Go out there, support your boy as well, support local businesses, be nice to each other, because it's a new normal for everybody. Just be kinder, be nicer, be more patient with yourselves, and I'm trying to do the same thing. I'm telling myself that I'm trying to practice it. Some days, that's all right. You get a little bump here, you get a little bruise there, that's fine. You get back up on that horsey, smack its little derriere. Yeehaw, daddy. Yeehaw, mama. Go get it. I'll see you guys back here on Friday. Peace out.